So good morning, and today we are going to discuss a very important topic of protein. So I want you guys to share first about protein. What is your understanding of protein? Why is protein important for us? And what are the common sources of protein which we consider as complete protein? So I want you guys to share first, then I'll show my PowerPoint presentation. So first question is, why is protein important for us? First question, कि हमें प्रोटीन क्यों लेना चाहिए?
It's good for bones.
Okay, so Harpreet is saying protein is good for bones. Okay, any other viewpoint? Anyone else?
Muscle building.
One by one. Now me. Yeah.
For muscle building.
Muscle building. Okay, so it is important for muscle building, right? Very true. So it is important for muscle building. Anything else?
Wear
Or
and
क्यों
tear
protein
of the
जरूरी?
body.
Wear and tear, yes. So it helps in repair of tissues, repair of organs. It gives structure to our body. Basically, जो structure होता है हमारे cells का, उसके लिए protein जरूरी होते हैं. Yes, it is important for repair. So there are many functions of protein. Yeah, we are very right. Priya was very right. It is very useful for building your muscles. And Amit was also right. Bones, I would say, yes, to a certain extent, but no. Bones के लिए ज़्यादा जरूरी calcium है. It's a mineral that is important for bones rather than protein. Yes. And what are the common sources of protein जो हम सुनते हैं, which are complete proteins जो हमें खाने के थ्रू मिलता है? What is the normal understanding of people? Yeah, anyone?
Eggs.
Eggs, yeah, eggs are ability to have all the 9 amino acids. Okay, what are the?
Dals.
Dal, yes, dal, lentils, beans. Yes. What other things? Yeah.
Nuts.
Nuts, yes, nuts. Yeah, nuts are good sources of protein. What other
Soya
sources?
bean.
Common. Soya, okay. So
Soya body
soya,
good.
yes, soya, eggs. और क्या
Sprouts.
source है? Sprouts, okay. I'm getting all the like classes के हिसाब से answer, but general perception is that milk has lot of protein. Animal meat. So जो gym goers हैं, especially people who go to gym, they believe that we need that whey protein shake or we need eggs immediately after a workout, and workout के बाद we the protein synthesis is better after workout and you should immediately have a lot of protein. So let's understand in detail what is protein, what are the sources of protein, and certain myths and facts. This is based on my program at Cornell. So one news I have to share that I have completed my this healthy living and certificate nutrition certificate course from Cornell, and I officially say that I'm a Cornell certified nutrition expert. There are no degree as such, but yeah, there's a certification. So I'm going to share my PowerPoint on protein, which I learned through the course. This is not just one module, but throughout the module, a lot of discussion was there on protein. And this morning itself, I made this PowerPoint and about protein and what is protein and what are the uses, myths, facts, what mistakes are there with related to animal protein also. So this is the PowerPoint that I made in this morning. It's let me just minimize this. Yeah. It's about myths and facts related to protein. So I can now officially say that I'm Cornell certified. Yeah. So पहले समझना पड़ेगा खाने से हमें क्या मिलता है. Okay. So food that we eat, we get 3 macronutrients from food. First is carbohydrates, second is fats, and third is protein. Okay, so general understanding what we have and is that carbohydrates or fats खराब होता है and protein is something which is the mainstay of our diet. किस किसने सुना है ये बात कि fats are bad, carbs are bad, and we should eat protein in every meal, that protein जरूरी होता है. Most of us have heard from that nutritionists or in social media also protein की इतनी ज्यादा बातें होती हैं कि प्रोटीन तो हर मील में होना ही चाहिए. Okay, so let's bust
So
this myth
doctors
today.
say that high protein diet and low fat will help you reduce weight.
Yes, पर कितने लोगों का वेट रिड्यूस हुआ है उससे? It's a different story altogether. It's a different story altogether. So Mukesh, I would say ना कि डॉक्टर्स के पास आप जाइए दवाइयों के लिए. ओके, बिकॉज डॉक्टर्स आर टॉट वेरी लेस इन न्यूट्रिशन. इनफैक्ट एमबीबीएस का जो 5 साल 4-5 साल का कोर्स होता है उनका, इन दैट ओनली अबाउट 3 to 4 hours they are taught about nutrition. Okay, so I'm sure doctor is there here also. Doctor will agree that बहुत कम उनको सिखाया जाता है न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में. So there is a general this misconception about protein कि हाँ a lot of protein is good and fat is bad and carbs are bad and carbs से वजन बढ़ता है and protein से आपका muscle build होता है. Let's understand this in detail today. Okay, so first we will understand what are the functions of protein in the body. Okay, yes, so as Priya very rightly said, Navmeet said that it is important for muscle building and repair. It regulates our tissues and organs. It is also important for hormone and enzyme reaction. So this protein is बोलते ना, this is something which is a must. Yes, it is true what Mukesh said. Yes, protein is very important. कितना जरूरी है वो बाद में समझेंगे. Okay, so there are about 20 amino acids which make complete protein. जो amino acids total होने चाहिए. So protein का एक certain structure होता है which is built of amino acids. I'll not go into details about what amino acids are there, but 11 of them हमारे body में naturally produce होता है. And 9 amino acids ऐसे हैं which are known as essential amino acids which we should get from our diet because वो हमारे body में produce नहीं होता है. Okay, and जो disease है, जो protein deficiency की जो बीमारी होती है, that disease is called as kwashiorkor. किसी ने सुना है इस बीमारी के बारे में आज तक? आई एम श्योर मोस्ट ऑफ यू सुना भी नहीं होगा आपने इस बीमारी के बारे में बिकॉज इट इज सो रेयर, बट स्टिल प्रोटीन को इतना इंपॉर्टेंस दिया जा रहा है. आई बिलीव there is a lot of commercial interest also in protein of the dairy industry, meat industry, and the protein supplements that are sold at exorbitant prices. So there is a lot of like a lobby that is going out there. They are like promoting protein so much, whereas there are it's so rare this protein deficiency that it is seen only in cases of starvation or places which are like struck by poverty. Okay, किसी ने सुना आज तक here how many the people who are present here, 25-30 people who are present, कभी सुना है आपने आज तक कि आपके रिलेटिव को कोई डॉक्टर ने बोला है there is protein deficiency या किसी को क्वाशी और कर हुआ है? आई एम श्योर no one would have heard this thing कि उसको ये बीमारी है, but still we believe that protein बहुत जरूरी है. we give protein to our kids कि तुम पनीर खाओ, तुम दूध पियो, तुम अंडे खाओ, तुम मीट खाओ, वरना तुम्हें प्रोटीन कहाँ से मिलेगा. ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अंडरस्टैंडिंग समझिए आप प्रोटीन की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है, that all depends first of all on the age, also secondly on the activity levels. These two things are important. So when children are growing, जब उनका growing age होता है, that time protein is very important. So especially in kids, बच्चों के केस में प्रोटीन बहुत जरूरी है. And as you grow as adults, most of us today are leading a sedentary lifestyle. So general perception जो है कि हमें 25 to 30% कैलोरीज प्रोटीन से आनी चाहिए, this is a big myth. हम समझेंगे आगे क्यों ये प्रॉब्लम है, बट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल समझ जाइए ये कि 99.9% people who live in बोलते हैं ना abundance और जिनके पास खाने की प्रॉब्लम नहीं, you don't live in starvation, do not have any protein deficiency. Okay, so get over this myth that we need protein in every meal and we need complete sources of protein which we get only from animal products. जो general perception है कि plant sources of protein are incomplete, वो भी हम सीखेंगे आगे कि why that is incorrect. But for the time being, understand this that protein deficiency is very rare. So don't like get into this trap of protein ki we need protein. It's that in fact causes more harm than good. I'll just share the next screen. Yeah. So protein myths and facts, this is very important. That as I told that there is a myth that you need a lot of protein. Fact is that you need only 10% of your calories from protein. Okay. नेक्स्ट इज एक और जो लोग समझते हैं कि हम स्पेशली जिम गोअर्स एंड एथलीट्स दे बिलीव दैट प्रोटीन इंप्रूव्स एथलेटिक परफॉर्मेंस, बट द फैक्ट इज दैट एक्स्ट्रा प्रोटीन जो हम कंज्यूम करते हैं दैट जस्ट गेट्स यूज्ड एज कार्बोहाइड्रेट. इट गेट्स कन्वर्टेड टू ग्लूकोज. हमारे लिवर उसको ग्लूकोज में कन्वर्ट कर देता है बिकॉज अवर मसल्स अवर सेल्स डोंट नीड दैट एक्स्ट्रा प्रोटीन एंड दैट इज जस्ट बीइंग यूज्ड एज कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स इन आवर बॉडी. थर्ड जो मैंने बोला कि there is another perception that you need that consume all essential amino acids in one meal. जो 9 essential amino acids है, जो जैसे मुकेश ने बोला, डॉक्टर्स बोलते हैं कि हर मील में आपको प्रोटीन की जरूरत है. This again is a myth. This is a very important thing to understand that there are pools of amino acids. जो 9 essential amino acids है, उसके certain pools होते हैं that are stored in the liver and which can be used for several days. Now suppose आपने अभी एक मील खाया which is I am assuming plant source of protein which is incomplete, Yes, 100% it is incomplete. It is not a complete source of protein, but those amino acids will be stored in the body. And next time when you eat the next meal, when you eat other sources of protein, so that will mix, that will complement each other and make a complete source of protein. So proteins are stored in our muscles, in our tissues, in our liver, in our cells. वो store होता है. Those incomplete proteins are stored. And when you eat a variety, जब हम अलग अलग sources of protein खाते हैं, they all mix up and then it makes complete protein. Okay, so this is one loophole of plant based protein जो मीट इंडस्ट्री ने पिकअप कर लिया, जो डेयरी इंडस्ट्री ने पिकअप कर लिया, that if you are eating plants you are not getting complete protein, which is a fact. बट ये बात नहीं बताते हैं, मतलब कि पार्शल बात बता के कैसे हमें मिसगाइड किया गया है कि अगर आप मीट नहीं खाओगे, अगर आप डेयरी नहीं खाओगे, अगर आप अंडे नहीं खाओगे तो आपको कंप्लीट सोर्स ऑफ प्रोटीन कहाँ मिलेगा. दिस इज हाउ वी आर फूल्ड, we are tricked into eating animal sources of protein. Understood everyone? Because this was a very important point. तो अमाइनो एसिड्स हमारे अलग अलग बॉडी पार्ट्स में स्टोर होते हैं. जब हम थोड़ा थोड़ा प्लांट बेस्ड सोर्स से प्रोटीन खाते हैं, मिक्स अप करके we get all the 9 essential amino acids. Otherwise all the vegans and vegetarians सबको तो क्वाशी वर्कर हो ही जाता, because they don't eat any animal sources of protein. Okay, this was a very important point to understand. सो डोंट वरी, अगर अपने बच्चे को आप दूध नहीं दे रहे, अंडे नहीं दे रहे, मीट नहीं दे रहे, डोंट वरी, उनको प्रोटीन कहाँ से मिलेगा. इफ दे ईट अ कंप्लीट वेल राउंडेड बैलेंस डाइट, दे 100% दे विल गेट ऑल द प्रोटीन दैट दे नीड. जैसे मैंने बोला, एक अगेन एक मिथ है, यू नीड टू ईट मीट एंड डेयरी. सो प्लांट प्रोटीन कैन बी मिक्स्ड to complement each other and make complete protein. This is a very important point to understand, and this will save you a lot. कैसे आपको बचाएगा आप देखिए आप. Okay, so what are the drawbacks of animal sources of protein? So this I learned over a period of 6 months in Cornell. The course started in January. So my course started with cancer because मेरे घर में cancer case था. So I started with the module on cancer, osteoporosis, and hypertension. And from there onwards, I'm learning about what are the drawbacks of protein. So this is a culmination of my 6 months of learning at Cornell. Okay, so this is very important point regarding again dairy. So dairy में जो general perception है, हमें मिलता है calcium, right? सब सुनते हैं कि दूध पियोगे तो कैल्शियम मिलेगा. इनफैक्ट डॉक्टर्स ऑल्सो से, ऑर्थोपेडिक डॉक्टर्स ऑल्सो से कि अगर आपको ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस है तो आप दूध ज्यादा पियो. तो अगर ये फैक्ट सही होता कि अगर दूध पीने से कैल्शियम मिलता, तो there is a calcium paradox that countries which consume maximum dairy also have the highest rate of osteoporosis. So India and America, two of the largest consumers of dairy, also have the highest rate of osteoporosis. So why is this paradox? Anybody here? मैंने पहले cover किया, I covered this in the osteoporosis masterclass. I covered this, and there are many new people, so it will be good for them. कि why is this paradox? अगर दूध में इतना कैल्शियम होता तो इंडिया में इतना ज्यादा ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस क्यों होता है, इतना फ्रैक्चर्स केसेस क्यों होते हैं, स्पेशली इन एल्डर्स. देयर आर सो मेनी केसेस ऑफ हिप फ्रैक्चर्स, एंड इनफैक्ट इन माय हाउस आल्सो देयर इज अ केस ऑफ ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस, जबकि वो बचपन से वो दूध, घी, पनीर सब खाते आ रहे हैं. एनीबडी हियर रिमेंबर द what is the link between this thing? Yeah, no, surprising. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll share the another PPT जो मैंने osteoporosis का बताया था. So मैंने वहां पर logic बताया था. So I'm just going to switch the PPT. What is the logic behind this thing? Does why does this exist? Why does this paradox exist? Because समझना बहुत जरूरी, because हम जो इतना ज्यादा animal protein consume कर रहे हैं, how this is leading you towards osteoporosis.
So something like milk leaches out the calcium from the bones?
Yes, but how does it leaches out? I'll explain the logic. Yes, so very right. This is the answer I was looking for. So see, this is my presentation on osteoporosis that I made. So why animal protein leaches out calcium? Harpreet very rightly said. Yes. So animal protein contains certain amino acids जिसको digest करने के लिए there are no enzymes in the body. So it makes our blood acidic. Whenever blood turn acidic, so there is certain mechanism in the body कि उसको alkaline बनाना पड़ेगा. Otherwise you cannot, your बोलते हैं ना, you cannot survive in an acidic environment. तो उसको alkaline बनाने के लिए calcium bicarbonate is leached out of your bone. So in fact, the more dairy you consume, उतना ज्यादा calcium loss होता है. It's exactly the opposite what we have been learning since childhood. And जैसे पूजा ने बताया था before the class that there is a very strong dairy lobby which is not allowing us to learn this fact. सो अगर बहुत ज्यादा बच्चे को दूध दे रहे कि मेरा बच्चा दूध पी के बहुत जल्दी बड़ा होगा, यस 100% देयर इज प्रोटीन इन दैट, बट दैट विल ऑल्सो लीड टू कैल्शियम डेफिशिएंसी इन द long run. So first drawback of animal protein is that the more protein you consume, the more calcium you will lose. Clear everybody? What is the logic behind this thing? So it will in fact उसको blood को alkaline बनाने के लिए it will leach calcium out of your blood. Okay, I'll just share the initial PPT now. Any questions anybody has till now or anything you want to ask? Or shall I continue the PPT? I'll start the PPT and questions will take at the end. Okay. So it's about calcium. It can lead to osteoporosis. Then the meat and dairy that we consume are very high in saturated fat. तो फैट्स जो होते हैं दो तरह के होते हैं. ऑल फैट्स आर नॉट बैड. एक होता है सैचुरेटेड फैट, एक होता है अनसैचुरेटेड फैट. Problem is with saturated fat, and meat and dairy are very high in that. So I came across a fact when I was a part of Sharan that in the second half of 2023, there were 1,052 cases of heart attacks in Gujarat, and 80% of those were in the age group of 11 to 25 years. And Gujarat, as we all know, is one of the highest consumers of dairy. And how kids are getting heart attacks in Gujarat. And in fact, I know many doctors in Gujarat because my business is in Gujarat. They are like the incidence of IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, is one of the highest in Gujarat. डॉक्टर्स जो बाहर प्रैक्टिस करके आते हैं, जो गुजरात वापस आते हैं, दे से द केसेस ऑफ स्टमक अल्सर्स आल्सो आर हाईएस्ट इन गुजरात, एंड देयर इज अ हाई लिंक टू डेयरी. जो डेयरी कंजम्पशन होता है, विद एवरी मील दे नीड मिल्क और छाछ, बटर मिल्क उनको चाहिए ही. So this can clog your arteries also because इतना ज़्यादा saturated fat होता है milk में. Then don't think कि low fat milk लेने से आप बच जाएंगे. In fact, you don't need that at all. That is not meant for human beings. So cases of heart attack are so high in Gujarat, and there is a high link to dairy consumption there. And foods which are high in saturated fat can also cause what? Insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol. Cholesterol is one thing you can never get from plant sources. So cholesterol are produced only in animals. हमारे bodies में हम भी animals हैं, human beings are also animals. Certain cholesterols are produced naturally in our body, and जो हम animal sources of protein खाते हैं, meat, dairy, fish, whatever the animal sources of protein that you eat, you get a lot of cholesterol from that. And high cholesterol का मैं पता है कि what can high cholesterol? It can lead to buildup of plaque in our arteries. It can lead to atherosclerosis. It can lead to strokes, heart attacks. So many things can happen when you consume a lot of animal protein. Certain form of cancer also. Because जो saturated fat होता है, so there is something called as bile that is produced by our liver to digest that fat, which is in itself is a carcinogen. So if you eat a lot of animal protein, a lot of bile will be produced, which can increase the incidence of breast cancer, colon and prostate cancer, which is so common in India these days. And there is again the link between dairy, meat, and because consumption of these products are so high. जैसे डॉक्टर्स खुद बोलते हैं कि आप प्रोटीन खाओ, एंड प्रोटीन हम समझते हैं खाली एनिमल सोर्सेज से आएगा. दैट्स व्हाई these diseases have become so common. एक हाउस होल्ड बोलते हैं नेम हो गया कैंसर, तो इट्स सो कॉमन नाउ. जैसे सर्दी खांसी हो गई, वैसे अब लगता है कि ऑलमोस्ट हर सोसाइटी में, हर नेबरहुड में कैंसर बढ़ रहा है. इनफैक्ट इन माय हाउस आल्सो there was cancer, and when dairy was stopped, the progression of cancer also stopped. It's been 2 years, but unfortunately I can see again the dairy has entered my house, and people like कोई गेस्ट आता है तो उसके लिए पनीर बना लेते हैं, तो साथ में थोड़ा थोड़ा बाकी लोगों को खाना हो जाता है. But believe me, if you have any of these cases in your house, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, cancers, you should completely stop consumption of animal products in your diet. This can बोलते हैं ना, save your life. It is so important. Yeah? So protein कहाँ से मिलेगा? तो मुझे एक चार्ट मिला. This was a very good chart. You can take a photograph if you want. कि चलो हम प्रोटीन के लिए खाएं क्या यार, आपने तो मना कर दिया that don't eat milk, dairy. Yeah. So from where will I get my protein? So protein के लिए don't
Can I
worry.
ask
If
a
you,
question?
yeah, just a sec, yeah, just a sec. So if you eat like a rainbow diet, I'm just telling आपको simple logic बता रहा हूँ, अगर rainbow खाएंगे, everything has structure. Plant को structure कहाँ से आता है? Where do plants get their structure from? It's protein. मिल्क में प्रोटीन कहाँ से आता है? गाय क्या खाती है? घास खाती है. So go directly to the source, because plant kingdom has all the amino acids that you need for survival and thriving also. It's not only survival, you can thrive on plant based sources of food. Go back to the source. बोलते हैं ना, go back to the source कि कहाँ से आ रहा है. मिल्क में कैल्शियम कहाँ से आता है? मिल्क में प्रोटीन कहाँ से आता है? घास से तो आ रहा है. गाय घास खा रही है, गाय के थ्रू आपको वो मिलता है वो. तो बट इनफैक्ट व्हाट यू गेट इज अ लॉट ऑफ बैगेज ऑल्सो. जो मैंने बताया क्या क्या बैगेज होता है, एक तो कैल्शियम लॉस होता है, दूसरा सैचुरेटेड फैट से जो बीमारियां होती है, ओबेसिटी होती है, बीमारियां होती है, वो आपको बैगेज मिलता है. सो डोंट गेट द बैगेज, ओनली गेट द बेनिफिट. So these are the foods like chickpeas has a lot of protein, lentils, tofu, soya, quinoa, soya beans. These are like very good sources, but don't rely only one source. See, problem क्या है? These are not complete sources of protein. ओके, अगेन अंडरस्टैंड द फैक्ट. कई लोग क्या होता है, अब टोफू में सबसे सब देखेंगे, अरे यार यहाँ पर तो सबसे ज्यादा प्रोटीन टोफू में, तो लेट मी ईट टोफू 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 डेली. नो, दिस इज द मिस्टेक पीपल डू, वीगन्स डू, वेजिटेरियंस डू, कि चलो मैं देख लेता हूँ सबसे ज्यादा प्रोटीन किसमें, मैं खाली वो खाऊंगा. नो, all these are incomplete sources. So eat a variety. Some day eat peanut butter, some day eat flax seeds, some day oats khalo आप, some day have chia seeds, some day have lentils, some day have tofu. Eat a lot of variety. Eat as per season also. जैसे अभी now the monsoons have come now, so you can eat a bit of, you can add nuts to your diet. गर्मी में nuts नहीं खाना चाहिए. Example दे रहा हूँ, just an example. So eat as per season, eat as per your own biology, what you are able to digest. कई लोगों को टोफू डाइजेशन इश्यूज होते हैं. डोंट ईट टोफू, यू हैव सो मेनी सोर्सेज ऑफ प्रोटीन, बट डोंट रिलाई ओनली ऑन वन सोर्स कि जिसमें सबसे ज्यादा प्रोटीन है मैं वही खाऊंगा. नो, यू विल नेवर गेट कंप्लीट सोर्स. एंड ऑलवेज कॉम्प्लीमेंट योर फूड. तो जैसे अगर दाल में प्रोटीन है, इनकम्प्लीट प्रोटीन है, इफ यू ईट दाल विथ राइस, दैट बिकम्स कंप्लीट प्रोटीन. So mixed foods, जैसे peanut butter, again incomplete source of protein, but if you eat that with bread or some grain, that becomes a complete source of protein. Okay, so understand this complementing. How do you get complete protein from plant sources is through complementing. So रोटी सब्जी दाल चावल जो हम इतने सदियों से खाते आ रहे हैं, and किसी को क्वेश्चन और कर नहीं हुआ, this is the logic behind it. Because when you mix foods, जब हम अलग अलग foods को mix करते हैं, तब हमें पूरा प्रोटीन मिल जाता है. Yes, so this was the short presentation that I made this morning, and I hope it helped you bust many myths about protein. So आपके घर में कोई जिम गोअर है जो बहुत ज्यादा प्रोटीन खा रहे हैं कि हमारा मसल बहुत ज्यादा बिल्ड होगा, do show this video to him. This is all science based. मैंने इसमें खुद खुद का कुछ ऐड नहीं किया है. This is all 100% based on my post from Cornell. हाँ ठीक है, मसल्स थोड़े एक्स्ट्रा बिल्ड होते हैं, थोड़ा होता है, दैट इज मोर बिकॉज ऑफ वेट लिफ्टिंग देन बिकॉज ऑफ दिस. मैंने बहुत सारा वे प्रोटीन खाया इन द पास्ट, मेरा मसल्स बिल्ड नहीं हुआ बिकॉज माई बायोलॉजी इज नॉट मेंट फॉर ह्यूज मसल्स. See, some people naturally build muscles because genetic भी होता है. There's a lot of genetic component to it, and lot of people just pump up because the protein supplements जो market में मिलते हैं, they contains creatine also, they contain a lot of BCAA, a lot of other things are there in that, which is good in the short run. That will make you bulk up, that will make you feel that you are stronger, but in the long run, it is bound to damage your liver and your kidneys. So अगर कोई भी यहाँ पर powdered form of protein ले रहा है, please stop that. It is actually not required for human beings. We are not, किसको बॉडी बिल्डर तो बनना नहीं यहाँ पर. If you want to like enter a bodybuilding competition, in fact there are many vegan bodybuilders also now, जो आ रहे हैं सामने, फैक्ट्स आ रहे हैं that if you are meant to build muscle, you will build muscle without any powders. So हम पाउडर खाने के लिए नहीं बने. Don't waste your money also, and money से ज्यादा you will have to spend more money on, बोलते हैं ना, किडनी और लिवर को बचाने के लिए आपको और खर्चा करना पड़ेगा. सो जस्ट स्टॉप दोस, डोंट प्रीच डायरेक्टली, कि प्रीच भी मत करिए if your family member is having प्रोटीन. एक बार मैं नहीं समझता बिकॉज वी हैव बीन ब्रेन वॉश सो मच बाय जिम ट्रेनर्स जिनको जीरो आइडिया, जिन्होंने न्यूट्रिशन का कोई कोर्स भी नहीं किया, एंड दे आर लाइक बिकमिंग एक्सपर्ट्स ऑन प्रोटीन कि आप यू बाय दिस प्रोटीन, यू बाय दैट प्रोटीन, एंड दे आर रूइनिंग पीपल्स हेल्थ. मैंने बहुत बड़ी गलती करी थी इन 2016. आई रन हाफ मैराथन, और मुझे बोला गया था कि आप मैराथन दौड़ते हो तो you need those protein supplements. I landed up in hospital after 6 months with autoimmune hemolytic anemia, wherein the immune system went for a toss because I had a lot of BCAA, I had a lot of glutamine, I had a lot of whey protein, I had a lot of meal replacements. मैंने सारे पाप किए हुए हैं. Okay, so you have the benefit of my mistakes, so don't repeat the mistakes. मैंने बहुत अंडे खाए, मैंने बहुत मीट खाया, मैंने सब कुछ किया, मैंने tried everything, but my muscles मेरा build नहीं हुआ because my body is not meant for that. I have a different structure, I have a different biology. हाँ, थोड़ा bulk up हो गया, थोड़ा muscular हो गया, but I could not become the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the world because my body is not meant for that. And in fact, we should not risk. बोलते हैं ना, it's not worth taking the risk, relying on products that are made in factory and जो advertisements के through जो बहुत सारे कमीशन भी होते हैं, बहुत सारे न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट के कमीशन भी होते हैं व्हेन दे रिकमेंड सर्टेन वे प्रोटीन, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग दे, जो बहुत सारे यूट्यूब इन्फ्लुएंसर्स भी आजकल, बहुत सारे सोशल मीडिया पे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स है, दे ऑल्सो प्रमोट दिस प्रोडक्ट्स, सो दे ऑल्सो गेट अ किक, उनको भी एक किकबैक मिलता है, उससे एक कमीशन मिलता है बाय फॉर प्रमोटिंग सर्टेन प्रोडक्ट्स. सो डोंट रिलाई ऑन एवरीथिंग दैट यू go behind this, go to the science behind these. That's why I'm extending this session so much कि आप समझ जाइए पूरा. Don't do these mistakes. Yeah, which slide you want, Mukesh? You share about the myths and facts. Okay, I'll quickly share and then we start with exercises. Any questions anybody has? Vishal, you were about to ask a question. Yeah. Vishal, can you unmute yourself quickly? Then we start our exercises.
Yes, like WHO recommends 1% of your body weight. Like it comes as 30% of your diet should be the protein. But I can see here 10%. So like where is the gap? Like
Oof, problem is that na, कि most of the organizations, in fact, the government organizations also, they are funded by meat and dairy industry. And there is this a lot of conflict of interest in guidelines also. So this is the main reason, Vishal, that we are told that we need this much grams of protein per gram of per kilogram of body weight, and if you are this, then you need that. It's a big myth. It's a distorted fact, I would say, wherein there is a lot of conflict of interest behind who is sponsoring these organizations. Okay, so be like go with science, not with in government agencies also, I would say. It's a very unfortunate thing that most of the government policies with what is served to like government servants like army men, or what is served in schools also. India में तो इतना स्कूल में सर्व नहीं करते, but in most of the developed nations, the foods that are served in schools is as per government guidelines, wherein they are serving a lot of animal protein to kids who are growing. And no wonder those developed nations like America, the incidence of heart disease and cancer are so high. In fact, इंडिया एंड अमेरिका, बोलते हैं ना, इन दोनों कंट्रीज में सबसे ज्यादा हार्ट डिजीज है, सबसे ज्यादा कैंसर है. व्हाई? जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ कंजम्पशन ऑफ एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स. बिकॉज एनिमल प्रोटीन का इतना ज्यादा कंजम्पशन है, उसके लिए बहुत ज्यादा अमेरिका और इंडिया में है. सो विशाल, डोंट ब्लाइंडली, वी कैनॉट ब्लाइंडली ट्रस्ट गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज ऑल्सो. Okay, so this I have done a lot of research apart from Cornell also, because Cornell पे भी कैसे trust कर ले, they could also have some vested interest. So I did a lot of research outside of my course also, and then I came up with this thing कि हाँ, yes, there is a startling fact that when you reduce the consumption of these things, you will naturally see your diabetes go away, your hypertension go away, cancer also. You can stall the progression of cancer also, which I'm seeing in my house also. Okay. So any other questions, or shall we start with exercises? We'll start with exercises. I'll stop the recording.